Welcome back to part 2 of our recent trip at Kenilworth Rural Camping. Let's have a chat with each couple.
Hello, here we have.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so want to introduce yourselves?
Once I get into the
Yeah, no rush.
Hello, so I'm Tom and this is my wife Michelle.
Yeah.
We are drover family owners. And we've just done a bit of a lap around Australia and absolutely loved it. Picked up the van on the 2nd of December, came home, packed it and left on the 4th. And that was the biggest run-in and shakedown trip ever. 5 months on the road. And it was amazing.
And how far did you get?
We got all the way down the east coast, across the bottom, across the Nullarbor, all the way up the west coast to Exmouth, then into the Pilbara, and then because of the cyclone and storms, we had to turn around.
We did
Carragini, and then came all the way back around the coast.
Nice.
So 28,000 k's.
And your rig? You have a
2019 Amarok 580 Ultimate.
And then you've got your drover family. Yep, the girls have just left.
Our 2 daughters have just left, but the 4 of us went, and it was actually very comfortable. It was better than what I expected. Once we got into the routine of things, it was actually really comfortable.
And what are the key things you like about your drover?
washing machine.
For a family, that's a must.
Yep.
Yes.
Not the biggest, as you said, not the biggest.
Not the biggest, but enough to do small loads. Yeah.
So I actually really liked the suspension on it, the Lovell suspension. We did a lot of corrugated roads, a lot of sand, a lot of dirt, very, let's just say, unmaintained roads out in the Pilbara, and it was fantastic. It was really good. The awning is just an absolute must.
And this is the replacement awning that you had after it got damaged over in WA.
WA, yeah. So Bushwhacker were amazing and helped us out immensely and got an awning over to us in Perth. And we got it installed in Perth, and you've got to have it. It's just, you know, you have to have it. This one is the black, I think it's called the Black Darkness. It's got all the colour lights and all the, you can play it to music and everything else, which our daughters loved. But it's got stronger skeletons and a stronger backbone for it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's been amazing, absolutely amazing. So
And the diesel heater was a must.
yes,
Yeah.
sitting on the Nullarbor on the Bunya Cliffs, it was single digits, wind blowing up, and sitting there overlooking the ocean with the diesel heater on, absolutely beautiful.
Did you want to just give us a quick run through on the van, just a little walk around?
Certainly.
So I'll follow you.
So obviously in the front section you have a pull-out fridge that opens from both sides, which we found, I think we actually thought, you know, there's no real advantage of it, but you'd be surprised being able to open from both sides the fridge freezer. It actually makes a big difference, really big difference. So fridge freezer, these were a godsend. We've actually got all our pots and pans in one section, air fryer and little bits and pieces on the top section, but that was just an absolute must.
Great storage.
Great storage. Next we have, this is where we keep all of our plates and little nits and bits, cups, saucers. Our foils and sandwich bags and just little bits and pieces, so there's plenty of storage. In the section next to it,
I notice in other drovers people have a microwave in there.
Correct.
You opted not to have
we
one?
opted not to have the microwave because we were planning on doing a lot of off-grid. So we just opted to have nothing there, and we bought an induction cooker on the road. So we either have the air fryer in there or the induction cooker, and it works perfectly for us. So obviously you can pull that out. So air fryer or induction cooker, fantastic. The galley kitchen is just amazing. Again, it's, what can I say, we pull up on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere, open up the galley door, make a sandwich, make lunch, we all sit outside, have something to eat, hop back in the car and we're on the road again.
Nice.
It's fantastic. We did get the gas burners with it, just for an option, just to give us a little bit more of a choice. To give you an idea, in Esperance we had the barbecue going, we had the air fryer going, we had the induction cooking going, we had a saucepan on here to make up a huge big meal, and it just works so well. Plenty of storage once again. You've got all of your pantry items all live inside there. When you see them empty, you do go, oh, is that enough storage? We were trying to find things to put in the van. There's just so much storage. Light on the top galley door, light inside, so you can have yellow light or clear light. On the core control panel outside. Cutlery obviously, so you've got your own separate section. And again, it's just easy to do it on the road. This was amazing. It's a little extra. Closes up, you can put all your cups, coffee cups, things like that, or you can use it as a little bar.
Nice.
Put your wine bottles in there. Thetford cassette, so that's obviously the toilet cassette. We opted to take two with us, so we had a spare one in the tunnel boot. Reverse camera obviously. Wood box, which we doubled up as to carry hoses and bits and pieces in. The tunnel boot is huge, obviously it goes all the way through, so we had fishing rods, pool noodles, all the wet gear in there, snorkels, some diving gear was all kept in there. We always carry water, diesel, and we normally carry petrol, for the simple reason that on this side, should have opened this up first.
That's all right.
And excuse the mess, but we keep a generator inside. And it's only, I'll be honest, it's only a King's generator, but it's enough that if we're in trouble, we can plug into the side of the van and it'll power everything up for us.
Yep.
For people that have obviously seen anything I've put online, yes, I am a clean freak, so I've got a little gurney in there. Again, that plugs into the front tap, and it's just a little portable gurney, and it's perfect for some of the places we've been. The whole van was completely red. It was red dirt, so that was a little godsend. The famous thing that my wife cannot do without, 2.5 kilo washing machine. So it's enough to do all the underwear, socks, some t-shirts, a couple of towels. It's not big enough to do like a huge big wash like you do at home, but it's perfect for on the road travel. Just throw them in. There is different cycles. We worked out the 18-minute cycle was the best for conserving water, conserving power, and it gets the job done. Okay, it's nice and easy. But yeah, that's a must. Van line, clothesline, folds out. That was sufficient for us when we were at a campsite that had washing machines and clotheslines. That's when we did our big wash. But for things like this, like we are this weekend, just out in the middle of the nowhere, that's perfect. Instant hot water. So again, a must have. It's instant hot water. So that runs off obviously the gas bottle, ignites, and away it goes. Outdoor shower, shower cover. That is where I keep all the tools and all the bits and pieces and the levels and water filler for the front and back tanks. this is the other side of the tunnel boot of where the fridge goes in, and that's where the Weber sits. So there is, like I said, so much room. When we did the trip, we did have a stone stomper stone guard on the vehicle. I took it off because I'm cleaning it at the moment, but in saying that, you can see there's not one stone chip on the front of that van. And I told people did not believe me when I said the roads we went on, because they literally went, you didn't take the van on there, but we did. That's what we got the van for, so we used it to get places we wanted to go. And it's fantastic.
And this
here is another storage area, and we are literally trying to find things to put in here. Like we've got extra hoses and extra bits and pieces, the girls' boogie boards, but there's that much storage that, yeah, we're finding things to put in there.
Yeah.
So, 2 4.5 gas bottles. Reason we went for those, and on this model they do that, is for the weights. Towable weight, fully loaded, everything, water, diesel, fuel, everything on the back, wood, fully loaded, hitting the road. That was 250 kilo at the ball. So well under.
Specs. Yeah.
Diesel heater, that's a must. What else can I say? This little tap at the front, a lot of people go, oh, I don't need that. You do. If you've got kids, or if you need to clean anything, it's a must-have. But build-wise, for a family van, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Now I'm going to let my lovely wife take you inside. Thanks, Winnie.
Oh, welcome. So you got your king size bed and lots of storage around the outside. And then you've got your lounge area, and there is a table that you can put in, but we opt to not put the table in just to give us that extra room.
And you got this little crate for your
Winnie.
puppy.
Yeah. And then the bunks, lots more cupboards.
And how did you find the storage in here for everyone?
Yeah, it was good. We each had a big cupboard each for all our clothes and stuff, and the drawers down the bottom we used for a shoe drawer each for all our shoes, which was great. And then you've got the combined toilet and shower in there.
With a little sink as well.
Yeah, with a little sink.
Nice.
So, yeah. So that was perfect. But yeah, lots of places you can put stuff when you're pulled up for a while.
And you made use of your aircon as well?
Yes, lots of use of aircon up in the Pilbara. It was very hot.
And how did your girls find the bunks themselves?
Yeah, good.
They were comfortable?
Yeah, they were comfortable. Yeah, and great because they've got their own lamps and fans and charging ports, and
they've got little curtains to give themselves a bit of privacy as well.
Yeah, so it was good. No, very, very happy with it.
Nice.
Very happy.
While I was just thinking about it, while we had our caravan weighed just before we left on our trip, the person that weighed it had a look at all the suspension on this and looked at all the strength of the chassis and the level suspension, and quoted we could easily get a GVM upgrade on this trailer without doing a thing to it, because it's actually got all superior for what it actually needs. So he actually said, when you get back from your trip, which we are now, he said, take it in. He says you can get that blue plated to 3.5 tonne instead of 3.
Nice.
Straight off of what it is. So yeah, which
well,
is what we'll probably do.
That'll give you peace of mind and
Correct.
And a little bit extra carrying capacity should you need it. But as you said, at the moment, you're just looking for places, you know, what to store in.
Exactly right. We are literally trying to find places to store things.
Yeah.
So, because yeah, there's so much room.
Well, that's great. Thank you for
Yes.
sharing your van and
Thank you.
your last exploits with us. And
Okay.
what's
And,
next?
Well, next
Big
is
Red Bash.
Big Red Bash up to the Cape, Broome, all up the top end.
Trying to get that since when the cyclone ruined it
Yeah,
all.
we didn't get up to Broome because of the weather and the roads were flooded, so
Mhm.
that'll be the next.
That's the next big
Wish
trip
list.
next year. But from now till then, lots of trips in between.
Nice.
Lots of trips. So the more the merrier. So everyone come and join us.
Thanks again for sharing your van and your life with us.
Done.
Thank you.
So coming up now we have Damien, Vanessa here. So I'll pass you one of those. Little microphone.
Hi.
So first up, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, we're Damien and Vanessa, and we did spend the last 16 years in Kenilworth in the Gold Coast hinterland, but we've moved up to Burnett Heads now to an RV village. And we're both retired, freshly retired, so we're planning on seeing as much of the country as we can. And we bought a Bushwhacker Fakawi SST because it suits our purposes and it's perfect for us.
And your tow vehicle?
It's a Land Cruiser 79, 22 model. It's been remanufactured so that it has a longer tray and corrects the changes, also difference rather between the front and rear axle width. I've also done a number of other mods to it to support our towing.
Nice. And tell us, what do you like about the SST? Your three likes.
We like 3 different things.
3 different things. Okay, well this will be interesting.
I love the outdoor pantry and the fact that everything is at it's just easy to hand to me when I'm cooking. I love how easy it is to get to everything. We used fusion locks because they stick no matter what your road conditions are. And my favourite thing's that my Bambino. But I love the levelling that this van can do. So we know that it's exactly level, and I love that because I don't have to worry about getting things level and worry. I don't have to worry about that. And the other favourite thing is this great awning. I love the 270 awning.
It is a big key feature of these vans.
Yep, and
It
the
is.
fact when you put the walls on, you literally double your space. The walls are really good.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So did you want to show us just around the van itself? Give us a walkthrough.
No, it's right.
Oh, well, one of the big things we got done, Damien ordered the Boss jockey post, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about the post and the levelling legs.
So the levelling legs are rated at 1.8 tonnes each, so you could literally lift the van up on all 4 posts, change wheels and do all those sorts of things. And the jockey post we like because it provides a secure point so that if you take the levelling legs up, that post and 2 wheels will keep the van at the right height, but you won't have a level necessarily.
And when we decided we wanted this, we ordered it and had it sent straight to Bushwhacker, and they added it all to the van before we even picked it up. The other thing we got done was a PPF on the van through Bushwhacker, and that's something we don't regret because we have both our cars with PPF, so it protects it. That's paint protection.
PPF, yeah, PPF protection on the van itself.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
We've made a couple of little mods while you're here, Eddie. One of them is to put this little latch in here so that it keeps the door open. I would probably do the same thing on the other door, but we just don't use that as often, so we haven't bothered.
And then when you get the Fakawi, you can choose a stand-up fridge. We actually chose the pull-out fridge because it suits our purposes, but also because if you do that, you get these 2 deep drawers as extra storage, which I store pots and pans in, etc.
And in the top up here,
Up here, you can have a microwave, or you can have my favourite gadget, which is a 5-in-1 called a Wonder Oven from our place. has a roasting, toasting, air fryer, bake, grill and reheat. Runs off 240. It's got a timer and you can get different trays and so on here, but I've used it for almost everything except a roast at this point, and it works amazingly. I've even done chicken palmy in there.
Nice.
And then the Bambino, of course, and here we've done what everyone else has done. We've got cutlery in here, and this is from I think it's Franz Joseph, I'm sorry I can't remember the name. And under here we keep all of our dishwashing things and papers, and in here we have our plates and cups and placemats, etc.
For the purpose of the video, those drawers might not seem big, but that's more than enough for 4 settings.
Yeah. The other thing we've done, because the bugs are so bad on white light, we've temporarily put red electrical tape over the lights, and the same up here, and they keep the insects away, because at night, you know how bad it is, the insects hit you. So the red light, apparently insects can't see red, so we've put these on. I know that Bushwhackers' new awnings have red lights. We missed out on the new awning, but that's fine, we've done this instead, and it works perfectly for our purposes.
And we will be looking at seeing if we can design something,
A cover
some sort of a 3D printed cover for it.
that's red. Perhaps we're looking into that. And the other thing Damien got ordered was the tyres and wheels to match his tow vehicle, which were ordered and sent to Bushwhacker before we picked it up, which are
285 70R 17.
Matching set. And the interior?
interior. And this is my favourite beachworker for me too. It's absolutely awesome. And the other thing we've got is a Sea Gear L-shaped mat.
Put you around the back.
Absolutely perfect. Sorry.
That's all right.
So having that L-shaped mat's great because it gives us that extra space. Inside.
Just before you go on, just zoom up to the light socket there, just here up there. We've changed that because the one that comes from the Bushwhacker is a plastic molded device with a metal cap. The metal cap pulls out very easily.
Okay.
And so I went to JCar and just obtained an all metal one.
All right, come inside. Doors open. I might just go to the bathroom first because the other thing that we ordered was a compost toilet because we were sick of going to dump points every 2 days. And this is our first, we've been away for nearly 2 weeks, our first real trip with it. And it's performed really well. I can guarantee there's no smells and we don't have to go to a dump point every 2 days. So that was from Cuddy, and we also purchased that and sent that to Bushwhacker, and they again installed that for us. And we've also got the separate shower, which we love. So we have a shower and a toilet, which is awesome.
And then you've got...
then we have this Fakawi allows us to have a walk around bed, which is so handy when you're making it. And this is all, we use this for storage for clothes. And I have put in sensor lights in each shelf for obvious reasons. Clothes, but lights need charging. And then we also got, for extra storage, drop bear storage, little shelves which have worked really well. The fans in here are really good. They're good when it's warm. We have air conditioning and we have an automatic dust reduction system, DRS. And when we're camped somewhere, I use this to put our washing on, extra pillows and so on. And the other thing I have here is a sneaky drawer.
The essentials.
The essentials. TV works great. I stream most nights, and we got a little little fridge in here which I use for fresh veg like lettuce and tomato and some breads and so on. And there's more storage, there's drawers, there's a seat with storage underneath there, The bed lifts up and there's storage underneath there. We have a diesel heater which we have been using for the last 2 mornings. Perfect. So easy, you just hit a button and it's on. And the roof is electric. So you press a button and the actuator goes up and then down, obviously. So that's really easy. There's no pushing with your hands. I think that's about all in here. Careful, Eddie. And the good thing is that you have panels inside and outside, so you don't have to go upstairs to do anything. You can just use everything from here,
Except for hot water.
except for the hot water, which you have
Yes.
to use upstairs in ensuite. But that's the general rundown. We both love our Fakawi, and can we say that the after sales service at Bushwhacker is next level? They help out. There's no grumbles. They do everything as quickly as they possibly can. So really happy with the after sales service, which is a big thing when you're buying a van. After sales service.
So after this trip, what's next for you guys?
We're heading off in July down to Victoria and then across the Nullarbor and across to southwest Western Australia. We have 2 little dogs somewhere. Here we are.
The other one's just behind you laying there.
Yep, they're both very old, so we're just doing trips. They've travelled with us all our life, but they're doing trips. We're doing trips with them while we can. And so southwest Western Australia, neither of us have been there, so that should be fun. We'll be away about 4.5 months.
4.5 months. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing a day in your life caravanning,
You're
in your
very
caravan and your rig.
You're very welcome.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, so next up, we're here with Kevin and Lorraine. I'll just pass you that little microphone. Can we just turn the TV down a sec, Kev?
Yeah, mate.
Now, tell us a bit about yourself.
Me, 59, still working, and just loving life,
Trying to enjoy life.
trying to enjoy life.
And yourself, Lorraine?
Live in Narangba in Brisbane. Love going out into the outback like this. So I love the bush and love the beach. Yeah, and that's about it. Still working. And this is our Fakawi,
Yep.
15,
You've got an older Howie, the rest of it here.
2024.
This is known as the club.
That Club 15 or
15,
something,
Club
yeah.
15.
Yeah.
Club 15, which has a internal club lounge only. We'll have a look at
It's
that
a couples van.
So tell us, what do you like about this?
They probably
Meg's
one of the
pretty
best features of this van is obviously the awning. It actually makes the van. Size of the fridge that we can actually utilise. We don't have to worry about taking multiple fridges or things for that side of it. And also on the inside is the storage that you have. Well, we will never fill the shelves up inside. There's that many of them. The outdoor kitchen, love it. And yeah, and to be able to utilise the whole van.
Yourself, Lorraine?
Just all those things Kev just said. He took everything
You took
that I like, yeah. So, yeah.
And you've got a, what, D-Max for towing?
Yes, standard D-Max, upgraded
2017.
suspension. But it's no issues towing, just, yeah. This thing just sits behind it and just goes where the car goes.
Did you want to show us around the van? Any specific mods you've done to it or anything like that?
I think most of the time it is
We haven't done anything. It's all
a sort of standard thing that everyone's done. The extra power outlet, which is obviously on the other side for extra solar, but also used for the blackjack at the front. Found that the blackjack is probably a feature that should be, I would say, should generally be a standard on them. I would say, just makes it so much easier because of obviously they are, you know, it's so much easier to level them and everything like that. Haven't really done too much to this van, basically because it's got everything that we sort of needed anyway. Yeah, it's nothing. Probably, obviously, with newer models, I would have changed, you know, somewhat what the newer models has been done to it is a good thing. It looks like, you know, obviously improvement from model to model that you would obviously like on ours, but, you know, obviously not going to happen. Storage-wise for everything is great. Said I do not want for any more storage or need it.
A few little different things this van to the SST and the Drover, and even the new for car is one of the key things being the diesel fuel tank is now on the exterior, and this sits inside, filled in through the little filler there.
That's probably the only thing that I would like to have seen a little bit more, to have at least a fuel gauge on it instead of trying to guess. I know it has an inspection hole to fill it. When filling, you don't get to see how much is going until it comes actually back out onto the van, which I'm not overly happy about, but it is what it is. Only other thing I'd probably like, and I've seen it now on Damien and Vanessa's van, is options for the legs on them, which
So
would be
the Boss stabilised
yeah,
legs.
the Boss stabilised legs, which is good now that you can get them put on.
And how do you find your hot water system, which is different to the ones that are on the new van?
Don't have a problem with it. We know what a trauma system does. You run the gas through, do whatever you need to do, and 95% of the time, once you turn it on, it's fine to go.
And we notice that you've got the rear shower or the outdoor shower, which is different on this again.
Yep.
It's a shower that opens up with a hard lid, drops down. You have a
We have a composite. We put a composite toilet in there because we don't go to the toilet on the inside. I know it sounds strange, but that's what we just do.
And everyone's different. Everyone camps differently. They all have their own. You know, this is our setup. This is how we camp.
Yeah.
And that's how that's what suits you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we might just have a quick look inside the van, eh?
Yep.
You might see if Lorraine will take us inside and show us there.
Yep.
So Lorraine, did you want to show us inside the van now?
Come on in.
So one of the key things you'll find,
Nice big king size bed. Plenty of storage up the top while you're camped up. Plenty of cupboard space. Nice shower.
our toilet
Yeah,
combination.
and nice.
So one of the key things between this particular Papua and the SST, this one with Vanessa, is basically the reversal of the bed. So this van beds towards the back, the SST is at the front. That's simply because of the combo toilet, opposed to the separate toilet shower. But in having said that, you do lose, but there are pros and cons for everything. This one here, internal sink.
Yep, internal sink here. And that's where the TV goes and the lounge over there.
And again, another difference between this and the SST, these ones here, you have an underbed air conditioning system, but you do have a manhole there, sorry, a skylight in there, which you can open up. Let more light in, let more air in. And that's something that you don't get in the SST.
Yeah.
So tell us, what's next for you guys?
We haven't got a trip planned yet.
No?
No.
For believe you're building a new
Yeah,
house.
building a house in Burren Heads, and
And you just,
hopefully
This
by
for
Christmas.
Cowrie, you'll probably be seeing more of North Queensland or up Wide Bay area and all that, more so than Brizzy, probably down to
which
a
we
point.
haven't been. Yeah, and
We'll be doing a lot of trips up north, I would imagine.
once you're all
Yeah.
established up in Barham Hill.
Barham Heads,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes,
and then further trips once we retire.
once we sort of retire,
Yes.
we'll be still having this van anyway.
Yeah.
As I said, it suits us absolutely down to a T.
And in the interim, it's just weekends here and there to
Yeah.
get away.
Just
Yeah.
due to work. Yep.
Yep. And use it as get out as
Yeah.
often as
Yeah.
we'd love to get out every weekend, but obviously that's
Haven't
not
been able
a
to
thing
do
that you can do due to work. But
Yeah.
the van is a how do I say it? It's an eye opener. People still, and we've had now this van for 2 years. They still come up and they're amazed at the awning and the way it looks. And as I said before, I think it's good to see that the actual brand is improving and making it better every time they do a new model. And I think they're just a great van overall.
Well, thank you
Thanks,
both for
Daniel.
your time and taking us around your van.
Thank
Too
you.
easy.
Okay, next up there's myself and my lovely wife Katrina. So, you tell everyone about us.
Right, we're Eddie and Katrina. We've got a little YouTube channel, Sayers Camping Chronicles, that you may have come across. Idea of doing the YouTube channel was mainly for me and Eddie and our extended family and friends, just to see what shenanigans we get up to on taking our camper trailer, and then caravans we've upgraded over the time, out and exploring life in the Great Southeast. Just a little bit of background on me, not for sympathy, but just understand where we've come from. I'm now don't work. I've got cancer. When they diagnosed it, they said it was terminal. I'd have about 1 to 3 years. It's 5 years on, so like I told them, I'd prove them wrong. But unfortunately, some of the repercussions of having the cancer and all that, it's all through my spine and quite a few bones in my body, and that I just can't stand up for long and things like that. So I can't work anymore. So we decided that life is too short when you get a cancer diagnosis. I'm doing okay, but like when you get one of those and everything you go through with that, to get out and enjoy life a lot more as often as we can. So we started off with the Jayco Eagle, and then that got a bit too hard for me getting in and out of, and plus not having a toilet and all the luxuries in those. It was good in its day, but for us at the time, but now with everything else going on, we decided we'd upgrade. So we originally in 2024 bought a Fakari Tribe, but that's the club that Kevin and Lorraine's got. We bought a Tribe 2, which the only difference between the club and the Tribe 2 at the time was basically it had a bunk in above the club lounge, and we got that because we had a daughter, or we still got a daughter, but we've got a daughter that used to come camping with us. As she's gotten slightly a little bit older and that, and we had it for about 14 months, she only came out with us 3 times in that time. So we decided we wanted a little bit more room and a little bit luxury, and Bushbacker in their wisdom bought out the SST version. So that's it there. So we've still got the Tribe 2, we're selling it, so if you know anybody that wants one, it's all good. There's an ad on Facebook Marketplace for that. But the reason why we upgraded is the SST came out with a separate toilet and shower. That's what the SST means. And it gives us, there's no bunks in this one, and it just gives us a little bit more room inside and a little bit more storage and things like that. So whereas we love the Tribe, nothing wrong with it, absolutely did its job and all that. The only thing is it had the combo toilet and shower, and with me, with my back and everything like that, and being sick quite regularly, I tend to have a few more showers and go to the toilet quite often, so having the separate is a game changer for us. So what we've done different in this one, and what I like about it, I'll just get up, in the kitchen, it's still got the outdoor kitchen. That's one of my favourite things of these vans. I don't like kitchens inside because you tend to go inside and you get, I don't know, fear of missing out of all the friends and family having fun outside. So at least outside you can still cook and still socialise and things like that. So that's one thing I love about these. So the only difference from the SST that we've upgraded to is we've opted not to have a stove or gas. It still has a sink there. Excuse the mess because we haven't cleaned up since this morning. But we've done the induction. And you can opt to get an induction built in, but we opted not to because then that gives us the portability of putting it on the barbecue arm, putting it up on the little shelf, or if it's really bad weather, we can take this inside with us. And there's I'll show you inside in a moment, but there's a place that you could use it in there if it's bad weather. So that was a game changer for me, and another game changer for me is not having the gas stove. The old one, we only use the gas stove about 3 or 4 times, to be honest, because we mainly cook on the barbie. And since then, I'll just do a little plug for Damo. I've bought this little Damo, so that's it's like a little that sits on induction or gas or electric, and it's just like a little mini barbecue, like a little similar to a Weber and works like a Weber, but it's got the steamer in there. It's got the lid, and it's also got a little glass lid, so you can do stir fries, bakes. You can basically do it. We've done everything in it, steamed, you name it. So that, so with the induction and this plus our little pots and pans, we found that that's all we basically cook on. So when it's just the two of us, that's all we need. We don't even bring the big barbecue. We only bring the barbecue now when we're doing a group like we did last night, and we bought it then to cook on because we were cooking, and doing a group meal. But most of the time, Eddie and I, we just use that. So that's another thing to look into. And I'll let you know right now, we don't have any affiliation with Bushwhacker or Damo. It's just products that we like and we use. The only difference in this also from our old van that we changed was upright fridge. So nice little upright fridge. I think don't quote me on it, I think it's about 80 something litres.
I believe this one's an 80 litre fridge.
Yeah, so that's good for me because of my back and bending over, but the only thing is it does have a freezer, but it's only a little one at the top here, so it doesn't fit too much in it. But it's enough for us for a weekend, or a week trip or that. We've also got a fridge freezer in the back of the Ep37 that we tow this with, so that does us. But some others that have got, which I think you met Vanessa and Damien earlier, they've got the slide out one with extra storage and all that, so they really love that. So you do what suits you. But that for me, with my back and everything, and Eddie, that's something I've loved changing to, so that's good. Also another thing, obviously these vans, you've seen them all, they've all got the awning. The awnings are great, you've got so much room out here, etc. This comes with all the storage, definitely plenty of storage. Another thing we do also, it's got plenty of power and all that, you wouldn't need to do this, but we also we've also got a Blue Yeti. That just comes in extra use, extra power. You don't know if you have really bad weather or whatever, you got that back up as well. Plus we've got power in the BT50 in the back as well. Shall we take them upstairs?
In a second, I'll just do a quick run around the back of the van as well.
Right, and I'll meet you inside when you do the run around.
Yes. So besides what Katrina was saying, we recently had an Anderson plug fitted here so we could actually run Starlink. At the moment I'm running the Cosmo Mini here, which powers the Starlink itself, sitting on there. Eventually it will be mounted up the top there. I'll make a bracket to hold it up there, similar to the bracket that I use for my speakers. I'm sure you've seen that before. We run our bin within the actual jerry can holder there. It's a good spot for it. And as per the other Fakawi SST and the Drover that you saw earlier, there's the big bar on the back there, which has a big tunnel boot there as well. So in this one here, we store on this side here one of the Fakawi moon chairs, which has the heated pad in it. That's for Katrina when she needs it for her back. And then on the other side is where I store such things as the ramps, chocks, ropes and that sort of stuff in there. On this side here we have a vent line fitted that I fitted to that. I also run a shade cloth off the actual sail track at the top there. That helps keep the heat and other weather off the actual roof of the bed itself, and it's made a huge difference. Moving around the van, well, we got the storage compartment. I am planning on doing a little modification in there just to improve storage a little bit better. With this van we had the blackjack jockey wheel fitted, or jockey foot. That means that it's easier to actually bring the van up and down on the actual hitch itself. It does have a remote, so it actually makes it really easy. We also have the barbecue arm fitted here with a nice large plate that actually fits a Ziggy 2 burner barbecue. As for the tow vehicle itself, that's a BT50 that we have. It has had a GVM upgrade to increase its carrying capacity as well as the towing as well. So this is our beast. In the back here we have a full drawer system with a back fridge as well. And in there's also a 200 amp hour battery with a 2000 watt inverter, all being maintained by a 160 watt solar panel on the roof. So, but for now we'll go around. The other thing that we also have with this particular van is we're running the tie gear ropes on this, and recently I testing a set of these glow in the dark ropes themselves, which I use for the actual gutter part of the awning itself. So instead of having just the plain black ropes, this just has mitigated anyone tripping over ropes due to the fact that they're more visible at night. So moving on, one other thing just quickly before we go in there, this is a new addition to our little setup, is this little storage cabinet here. Allows us to sit the Blue Eddy on it, but it also has a storage compartment inside where we can put things like bread or chip packets and stuff like that. So moving into our van. So
Back to me.
yes,
So a couple of mods we've done inside the van. If Eddie takes one step down or looks down, we've just got carpet tiles, and we haven't glued them down, we've just rested them there. Eddie cut them out, we just got them from Bunnings, the big ones, but still got the normal flooring that comes with it. And so in summer we'll take these carpet tiles out, but in winter it's just nice to walk around the whole van and just have something under your feet, so mats everywhere that can slip and things like that. So that's one thing we've done. Reason why we bought and upgraded was the SST, as I mentioned before, the separate shower and toilet. So as we come in the door here, there's your toilet. We've still got the chemical toilet. You do have the option of changing that. Sink and the shower in there, separate to the shower. So it's plenty of room in the shower. There you go, Eddie. And that, for me, having the combo, the previous van that had the combo toilet and shower, every time I went to the had a shower, had to dry it and all that down, because sitting on the toilet, and I quite go to we won't go into that, but when you're a cancer patient and all the meds that you're on and all that, you need to go quite regularly. So this was as soon as they brought this out, that's why we upgraded. Having the separate toilet and shower, we don't have to dry it down all the time, we just clean it when we pack up. Another little thing inside that we're quite happy with, it's got a little 50-litre fridge, upright fridge here. Good for the Tim Tams, good for the beer, things like that. But if you got really bad weather, I love the outdoor kitchen, don't like cooking inside, but if you had really bad weather, we've got this bench here and we can bring the induction in here, sit it on the bench, do our cooking. We've got a fridge, we keep a few tea and coffees and stuff in here as well as outside. So then that way we can, at night time, we bring the kettle in. Cold winter mornings, we don't have to go outside in the cold, and we can make a cuppa and and all that until till it warms up a bit. sounds like Eddie's got the aircon on.
Yeah, I don't know why it's on, but we'll take care of that in a second.
Yes, it sounds like Eddie's got the aircon on, but it's got a reverse cycle aircon on the roof on this one. And then it's still got the diesel heater. So the other one had a under bed aircon, so that's the only difference. This one's got a king size bed still. It's still a slight, I don't know if you call it fold out bed or slide out bed or whatever, but that's
So
still
east-west,
the same thing.
east-west fold out bed.
East-west one. But the difference in this one to the other one, our other one had a club lounge as you walked in the door and with a bunk on top. Well, we don't have the bunk, so if our child comes, well, she's not so much as a child anymore, but when she decides to come with us, she just sleeps in the swag out the back in the awning. We've got awning walls and all that, so it's also awesome for her. So we're still set up for her to come with us if she wants to, but majority of the time she's at home looking after the house and the animals, and we're out living life. It's got a little lounge here, which is easier, and it does have a table, but we've taken the table down just to give us more room on a day-to-day, because most of the time we're eating outside and cooking outside now. But if the weather was really bad, you've got the table that you can come in here, you can cook in here, so it's got both options now. So really love this van, and glad that we upgraded. Just need to sell the other one. It's no point having to.
So
yeah,
other little
storage
things.
in here. The only thing I want to upgrade, I'm looking for solutions. So if you've got a solution, hit us up with a comment. I'm trying to find something that's going to fit in these cupboards. Eddie will open them up, just to give us better storage for the clothes, because that's my clothing cupboard there. Eddie's just put a
little sensor light in there.
Little sensor light, but trying to find better storage. But at the moment, it's doing the job. But I'd like to find a better solution, because they go quite deep, and so you've got sort of like two layers of clothing in there. And that's Eddie's. So Eddie's got his clothing and shoes and everything in one. I've got mine in the other. And then to the left of Eddie, we use this one as our linen. So it's like beach towels, a spare set of sheets. We've got summer sheets in there. We've got winter sheets on the bed at the moment. You know, all the other linen needs. And then in this cupboard here, and I don't know if this is how we're going to keep it, you know, like we're just doing that. I've got just all your extra that you don't use on a day-to-day, but it's handy to have, like potato mashes and all that in a container that I can take down and put in the kitchen. But if not, it just stays up there. I keep a couple of extra Tupperware, well, decor things, and other like the small linen goes here. But yeah, and then in this cupboard here, it's like a drawer. Well, it is a drawer. We keep the toaster in there when we pack up and on moving day and stuff like that. If not, it lives downstairs. And then in this one's the control panel. So all good. And then you've got all this storage, all these drawers and all that extra storage here, and a couple of little shelves there. We just keep extra stuff that we don't use on the daily down in the kitchen, and backup tea and coffee up here. And we store the kettle up here in one of these drawers on pack-up day only. But yeah, in the bathroom before, it's got all those cupboards and it's got all those shelves. Well, because of my immune system, even though we filter our water and we could drink the water and boil the water and all that in the van, we opt just to buy bottles of water, so we just store them in there. At the bottom, it stores 7 of them, which is plenty for a weekend. We've gone through 4 already.
Those are 1.5 litre bottles, they are?
Yeah, or 1.25 or 1.5, I think. And then, yeah, so it's got plenty of storage in this. Another thing I love about this is that the old van didn't have is they put a mirror in. And we'll show you the mirror. So this is beautiful. So it's just a touch mirror. It's really, really good. So, and that comes in handy. So, and then you just touch it off at night time. And then just to save power, we just turn that thing up there. So I really love this. Really love this van. Bushwhacker. I wouldn't have bought another Bushwhacker van if I didn't like their services and their vans. So the first van we were extremely happy with. As I said, the only reason why we were upgraded is because of the separate toilet shower and because our child wasn't coming with us all the time. So it just gives us a little bit more room in here. And then it gives us the option of a indoor option to cook in, because the other one didn't really have one. So this just, it just ticks all our boxes for us, for Eddie and I, and then also can cater if we take other people with us. But yeah, absolutely love the bushwhacker.
So for the time being, we just basically try and get out once a month.
Yes, we made a plan. Well, everybody each their own, but Eddie still works full time. He has to go into the office 3 days a week. We've got Starlink now, so his boss did say that on the occasion from here to there, he can work remote with Starlink a couple of days. So we try and get out a bit more. But we made a promise: if you're spending this much money on caravanning and your lifestyle, it's no point sitting in your yard doing nothing and only going out once every three or 4 months. So we've made a promise to each other that 1 weekend a month, no matter what, we will go out. There were some months we went out 3 times, but as you can see on our previous episodes. But this did us really well. I was concerned about power and water off grid for an extended period of time, but we went to Camp for a Cure recently and we left with water still. So it's amazing how much you can.
It's just a case of being smart
being smart with your power and water when you need to. Other times, like tomorrow morning when it's pack up day and I have a shower and we know we've got to get rid of some of the water, I might wash my hair and just be a little bit, luxury in there. But on the days like today, we just had a quick, the normal quick shower that you do just to conserve water, to make sure you've got enough water. But we love it.
What's in our future travels?
I think, have we got anything planned?
Well, coming up, we've got nothing in the short term.
We've got nothing in the short term, but we are talking about a big trip in 2028 to Thargomindah.
2028. Yep, doing a trip to Thargomindah.
So that's going to be a big trip. Normally we're just going to do 3-4 day weekends, because of Eddie and his work. But we're always looking for new places to go. And we are more hip camp people, off-grid, open spaces, but we don't, we're open to caravan parks and things like that, but we prefer the open spaces and bush and all that, and that's just for me. And it's more, I find it more peaceful. I don't mind beach, but I don't want to go on the beach. I don't mind near the beach, but I'm not a big fan of driving on the beach and just walking out of your van in the beach, but each to their own.
And we look for 2 to 3 hours from home.
Yeah, we try and...
Which is south side of Brisbane, in the Logan area.
Yeah, so that's because Eddie finishes work. He can finish work at lunchtime on a Friday and still get his hours for work. So, sometimes we've got the van packed Thursday night, ready to go. He finishes work. He works from home in the morning. It finishes at 12, and then we're off by 12:30 by the time he finishes work. And we get the van out, and that's it. But one thing I love about the hybrid vans, they're easier to tow because they're small, smaller profile and things like that. So I feel safer. Not saying that big vans aren't safe, but you tow to your capacity. But I like these because there's so much more and more versatile, and it's off-road and you can do whatever. So I love these vans. The Bushwhacker van, I love Bushwhacker. We call ourselves part of the Bushwhacker family now, even though we've got, they're not paying us, we've got no affiliation or that. They listen to our feedback, and not just ours, but their customers' feedback. And every new van they're bringing out, they're just doing a little adjustment, a little, whatever, to make life better. So that's why from 2024 model to this one, the 25 model, they've done so many different changes with the separate toilet showers, things like that. So you can still get the older with the combo and the bunks, and there's a lot of combinations. So if you're interested in an off-road van, check out Bushwhacker. They're good. One thing I can say about them, if there's any warranty issues or anything like that, we've never had a problem of them questioning what about the warranty. They just say, yep, bring it in, we'll fix it, no questions asked. They've got a 6-year warranty on all their products and everything that they put in the van for you. Another thing we did get on this van that we didn't have on the other van was a dust reduction system, but it's the one that clicks up automatically, or whatever you call it, when you go to certain kilometres per hour. So there is another one you can get that you can turn on yourself, but this one, we don't do too much off-road at the moment, or dirt roads and things like that, but this was, this is a good for us. But you know, it depends what you're doing and what you're travelling. If you are travelling on a lot of dirt roads and that, you might want to get the other one that you turn on yourself, because I think this one only kicks in when it's about 20, don't quote me on it, but I think about 25 kilometres an hour or something like that. So yeah, but apart from that, absolutely love this.
Well,
And the
just
lifestyle.
just to give everyone a sort of backtrack a little bit. The Thargomindah trip that we're looking at in 2028, there's a specific reason for it. But from that Thargomindah location, we're also then looking at possibly heading out towards Uluru, or Ayers Rock as it was previously known, and then back in, coming back through to Winton, and then back out to the coast, and then making our way back down the coast, heading home. So that's one of two possible mini laps, as we want to call it. Anyway,
This is me hopping out backwards because of my back. And yeah, so that's how I do it, but yeah, just to stay safe. But yeah, also another thing we did is we got them to put this blind in too, just to make it private, so you don't see Eddie's moon at the night time.
okay.
But
Well-
yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching our channel if you do. And if you've got any questions or anything like that. Also, another idea is definitely the next trip. Well, we've got monthly trips and all that, just little local areas, mainly the scenic rim. And we try and find a new place every time. If not, you know, there are a few places we do go back to occasionally. We've got a lot of different groups of friends that we go with. And you know, it depends when they're free and when we go and all that. That's why sometimes we go 3 times a month, just for the socialisation and things like that. But the one camp that we never miss every year, we went for the 2nd time this year, which you can go back and see our video, Camp for a Cure. And that's why we do it. Not one of us has not been touched by cancer in some shape or form. And them raising Now or Never is the YouTube channel, and Love Your Sister, they donate all their funds to Love Your Sister. It's a great couple of days bash. We spent 4 nights there and it was absolutely awesome. So if that's something that you haven't done before and you like a bit of music and a bit of fun and raising funds for a good cause, put that on your calendar next year when they release the dates. So Camp for a Cure. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you all for watching.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.